let's try. All right. Welcome back to the pack, guys, and welcome to week 58 of the Arena Watch podcast. My name's Pack. We got the whole Arena pack here. We just got done with week 57. That was mostly crack, physical week. How'd we all do for that one?
I think we did. I think we did pretty well. For me, it marks a milestone within the arena trophies. I managed to get to my 50th arena trophy. Um, the server disconnect slowed me down. Should have been last week, but you do what you can. You do what you can. At least I got it this week. It lines up with the whole GVG and goes into the special Arena Day tournament. So still a good time to get it. Still a good time to celebrate it. And I gotta say,
it's worth mentioning you're the first player ever to do so.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, I am the server first to get this. And as far as top 50s, I think I've either been tied for the lead ever since like the when Nib first started, or got the lead since he quit. So I've been tied or in the lead pretty much since Arenas came out. So you got to think about it. It's a pretty long time. But now with 3-turn Arena, I really got to get my shit together because. So I have a lot of wins. I'd say I'm doing really good in wins compared to everyone else, but in top 50s, I tend to -8 weeks that don't get me in the top 50, and I tend to first place weeks where -8 would have gotten me in the top 50, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit trickier of a balance with this 3-turn arena, but no, it's looking forward to the 100 mark. I'm halfway there, right? So just another 50 months. 50 weeks to go. Another 50 weeks to hopefully keep the lead, and then we'll see what other goals we can set after that. It does help to also say, for the most part, I'm like free to play friendly, so that kind of makes it even more interesting in a gacha game, where I have less flexibility over how many units I can use, but I just always try to find the best I can with the box I have. So. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, without going into detail, because we never know if we're up against Starfall. But how are you guys doing with your units? Don't say which ones you got, but are we doing well? Are we doing well, Trop? How you doing?
Do you mean like the new unit that got released, or
any units?
what is
how's your roster feel in today's meta?
I would say it feels pretty good. I'm still getting used to my new unit, Saro. It was funny. It was only yesterday that I learned that he only moves 3, and I'd been using him for a couple days at that point. So I don't know. He just always seemed like a beast that could travel across the map. So I always thought he moved 4, but he does move 3. That makes him slightly more balanced. Still a pain in the ass to deal with, but the fact that he moves 3 means that if you need to get your units out of the way, you still can. And
right.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to be a nightmare to deal with in the arena.
Yeah.
Between the Immortal and between 600% neutral.
It is fun to talk about these new units. I may or may not have him myself. I won't say that much, but he's going to be a very interesting unit to see out there. That's for sure. And with the timing of things, and this is for people that aren't sure if they're going to pull on him or they're going to pull on Terry or the 1.5 anniversary. Remember, when JP got Sorrow and the 1.5 anniversary, Dragon Quest XI was so late that it lined the last week of it did line up with their 1.5 anniversary. So, what's up, Skull? And Nocturne here as well. Your guild is number 1. Number 1 within what? Platinum, Masters, Silver, Gold? But you have to take note that in Japan, Dragon Quest XI, the last week of it was roughly the last 2 weeks or week and a half, 1 week and a half or something, is right about where they got their anniversary too. So they got Sorrow and all those, those 48-hour banners right then, basically at the end of Dragon Quest XI, and then they got monsters. So because we're accelerated, 11's been quicker. They decided to move up Sorrow to Dragon Quest Day, which works out pretty nicely. But the rest of the 40-hour banners are MIA, which is it's fine. But what are we gonna do for the next? I don't know. They might do the lead up to, I'm assuming, anniversary. So it could be the 48-hour banners, 7 banners. That's 14 days worth of banners leading up to maybe July 27th, or at least 1 week leading up to the 27th and 1 week after the 27th, or it might all start on the 27th. Hopefully not. Hopefully, because not. I think Malcolm does watch the podcast. He doesn't comment, but it's possible. Hey, Starfall, if you're coming through PAX Vid for info, I didn't pull Sorrow. Trying to hide this fact is the dumbest thing ever, MIO. Lol. Hey, Star. You know what's also the dumbest thing out of everything? I'm pretty sure you and Nocturne were the only 2 people who had their accounts info privated before the rest of us did. So I don't know who's talking about hiding info being dumb. I thought we were all on board with this. Sorry, my mic disconnected there for a second. I thought we were on the same page, Star. Wait, you probably still weren't hearing me. I thought we were on the same page, Star. My mic disconnected because you hide your info too. So you and Starscream were the only woke ones. We always had it private, but not for GVG. Well, no, you didn't always have it private because there was no option to make it private until we started having player profiles. Once when the player profile started to become a thing, because that wasn't always a thing. There was no player profile cards. So there was no option to private your info. Right? At least I didn't see one. I only recently saw it when I was looking through the settings now, and I was like, oh, here's this thing next to the skip battle review actions is the hide your privacy, your profile. Anyway, so as far as hiding info goes, there's a method to it. Hey, and look, when we hid all of our info, guess what? We immediately saw Starfall mirror that. You know why? Because they tried to check our profiles. They checked our profiles, saw that they were all privated, because they were trying to see what abilities we had, any learned abilities or whatnot, and this and that. And then they privated all of their stuff right after. So there is a tangible, there's a tangible thing there. It's very minute, but it is tangible. So I'm sure they do. I'm sure any top guild would have to think the worst and prepare for it just to do well. There's no way that they don't. But in any case, yeah, prepare for 20 sorrows. That is exactly what we're doing. I mean, last time we got 15 rap thorns, which was nice because we have a patented way of dealing with that. But there were some other unexpected hiccups and RNG that got in the way of things. So unfortunately, we didn't win. But it was a stone's throw. It could have gone either way, you know.
Yeah.
We have ways of dealing with these certain units. So please bring them because we're prepared. So
Starscream giving away his trade secrets.
I think buff on GD is a waste, to be honest, because there's so many other better units you could give it to. But that's all I'll say on that. It's only because we're starved.
A lot of people already have it there for Blossoming Door.
Right. I got lucky with Blunt, because we had we got a lot of scrolls from that one event. What was it? And it was random. Like you'd go in every day, you would attack, and you'd get a scroll out of it. Remember when we got like a shit ton of buff scrolls, Blunt scrolls, and saps? And and like cockle-doodle-doo. There's one sort of thing. I forget when it was, but basically we got a whole bunch of those. I didn't get so lucky with the buff scrolls. I still have a shit ton of blunts. I still have a crap ton of snoozes and other stuff, but I don't have a lot of buff scrolls. I did use them on units, though, the ones that I did have. So not a lot to go around. We might get more. So depending on, if you got luckier with your buffs and shittier with your blunts, I don't know. Maybe you have a bit more leniency to what to give, but if you're tight with how many buff scrolls you could give out, you like me, you might want to think about not giving it to GD, I think. Though I think I did give mine. Does mine have GD? My GD might have it for some sort of content clear or blunt, one of the two. I don't know. So I might be a hypocrite. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm keeping up on the comments this time. I'm still reading through them. Nothing seems particularly interesting to comment to. Everyone else was open. So you know what units I had 6 months ago. Pax thinks Starfall. Okay. Yeah, this is all Puff Puff representing. Isn't Puff Puff dissolving? Aren't they Aren't they being absorbed into the rest of Yggdrasil? GD needed it for Blossoming Door. He did. He needed it for another event too, so I gave it to him. Oh, I gave it to him for 38 for sure. 38, I believe. Anyways, yeah, yes, they are dissolving. Okay. Anything that you guys want to talk about for week 57 last week?
I get to use my dimension.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were more focused on GVG with it being the first tournament. I did end up winning this week, but I took quite a few risks on the way there. But it was also crack week, so I played, about 90%, or I'll say 80%, same way I always do. I just wasn't able to use KSS. I did use KSS like twice, and it never felt great. The best I could ever do was hit one unit, which was usually a Nocturnus. But KSS doesn't feel great to only hit one unit.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you could hit two, right? If they were off to the side. Is that possible?
I never tried. I'm sure it's theoretically possible. They were never lined up that for me.
Happened to me. There was a few matches that I did end up bringing him anyway, because I was just like, screw it. I was just like trying to get through the week. I was not paying attention to Arena this week. I got so many points lost like crazy. It was pretty funny. We're at rank 40 for the guild. Is it possible to get the next new icon, or do you like this one?
Oh, does everyone want to put on the next new one? I kind of like this one because everybody above us had already overused this icon before we even got it, so I don't know. If everyone wants it, we can put it, but
I mean, like, soon the people below us are going to use this one too, so it doesn't really... you could say that argument either way. It really doesn't matter. Where do we claim our Guild v Guild reward gems?
It auto claims under Arena. I think it's the same as regular Arena. When you claim your regular Arena, it also shows you your GVG.
Let's see how I did for regular Arena. I don't know. Yep. Let's see. Rank 264. That's how many points I lost, guys. Rank 264.
It's top 300. Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Guild v Guild. Your guild is Platinum first. Let me take a screenshot. We'll use that as the thumbnail here, probably. All right, that's not a bad thumbnail.
Yeah, that could do that way. People know there's some GVG discussed in it as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway. All right. Let me go to my studio page and change it. Okay. Moving on, though. Nothing else to comment about week 57 here. Anything caught you off guard that you didn't expect that you did see?
No.
Oh, Puff Puff got first in platinum rank. They got the same thing we did.
Nice. I think that means we must be equally matched.
Yeah, we're the same. It's the same. Malcolm, if you're taking notes, we are the same as Puff Puff. I don't see why they're. You know what? We should dissolve too. I mean, if Puff Puff's quitting, they're platinum 1 guys. If they can't do it, we can't do it either. There's no hope. Just gotta dissolve.
We should mention, though, one thing to celebrate is that I am almost 100% certain that we have the GVG world record high score. We scored 3195 against one of the guilds, and I don't think anyone else has got a 3195 score yet.
Really? They wouldn't get like 3200 on anything?
I haven't seen anyone that has.
I mean, and we're screwing around, and we got that score. Like, yeah. I mean, if you go against one of these lesser guilds, it's probably not hard to get a perfect score. It'd be like getting a perfect bucket on regular arena to deal with, almost.
Like 3 bots, yeah. But I mean, still the coordination, and someone can lose a unit due to a crit, and we did get lucky because obviously nobody coached or collaborated against the aces. They all did their own thing, so it was for sure easy.
Yeah, AW is always recruiting. 15, JM, all those other guys that we know watch Arena Watch podcast. Yeah, we're always recruiting. We'll take it on. We're a fun bunch. We're a fun bunch, but we are serious about Arena too. We're around the world. We do weird things. Everyone's a little different. We are willing to learn some Mandarin. So yeah, please consider that. Anyway, yeah, DM Trop, Puff got plat. 40 is the new one. 40 is the new, yeah, okay. Trop, why don't we use the default icon for fun? BDS won't switch. BDS won't switch. Okay, so BDS must have the next new icon as well. All right.
Yeah, and they stuck with the slime. I kind of like the king slime, which is kind of why I stuck with it.
Okay. Let me change the thumbnail. Oh.
I think when we get the metal slime one, I might switch, but I don't think that's until like 60.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't even know which one it was, but I saw it on JP that there's one with like metal slimes. So I'm like, that one's kind of nice. I don't know what rank it's at though.
Is this today's live stream? This is. Oh, Guild v Guild tournament rules. I still have last week's thumbnail. It looks nice. Maybe I don't want to change it. We'll see. All right, so let's go into this next week. It's a 240 week. Is there anything we should mention about a 240 week? We do have this map. It looks like the arena map that we just had on Guild v Guild. Yeah. A little bit. There's a thing in the middle. There's these things on the side here, pillars on the sides. This is week 48, right? I didn't mix up and throw the wrong one down. Yeah, Celery?
58, yeah.
58, sorry. It's the right one?
I think so.
All right.
I'll check.
So we just had a major unit drop. Supposedly. I don't know if he's that big of a deal, but we supposedly had this major unit drop.
Rose Garden, yeah.
Exactly. This is going to make defense really hard. So people are intentionally going to want to put it on their offense team. Instead of helping their offense, they just want to troll people on defense. So this is going to be a thing we're going to see in this next week of Arena. But no. we have his lesser known unit, Sorrow, alongside him, who will be decent in arena. We may see him around here and there, sparingly.
Yeah. People pull mostly for Rose Garden, but there's a few Sorrows here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. The live chat was Skip Pack. Unironically, doesn't have Sorrow. You don't know that. I never showed you my profile. For all you know, I did paid pulls off air. You saw all my free pulls on air, but for all you know, I stopped pulling my daily, pulls. How do you know, man? You don't. So don't give me that. All right. All right. Let's see how many gems we got. We got 1,400 in the box. That's nice. Okay, we're at 80,320 gems. Those are the free-to-play ones, though. I have hundreds and millions of paid gems that I spent some. So, yeah, I will dominate Starfall in this next matchup should we come across them. Starfall, you're going to have to spend about 10 times as much to be where we are now. No.
Yeah, just mind.
Malcolm's over there in the corner, like, okay, Mac, keep it going, All right, making my job easy. All right, we should give this guy a sponsorship. But yeah, what do we have? We have a 240 week. So the only thing we could discuss, we did this during waitlist week, is what new units have shown up since the last waitlist week. We could talk about the map. This map is fine for KSS. I mean, it's swell. It's as good. It's almost as good as it gets, right? I think the two pillars in the middle are a bit better than the one in the middle, but maybe. But this is very good. So martial teams would work. There are a few physical units that are now fast enough that would also work. I mean, the new Sorrow, he would work, and with his spell, he can't miss. I mean, there's a few good pairings he could do, too. He just boosts attack. He doesn't boost physical potency. He just boosts attack. So if you want to boost the attack of your Dragonoid Bodon or other units, you could. And it's not delegated, I don't know, to a specific family type there, so it just applies to just about anybody. It's a pretty strong ability. Celery, for a rundown, how well does 15% attack scale versus 15% physical potency? Just for the viewers.
It's mostly based off of enemy defense is the primary factor that makes it better than potency. Potency gets applied after mainly defense or any damage reduction. Damage reduction, I guess, doesn't change anything. So basically, just after defense. Whereas attack gets applied before defense. So attack is almost always better unless you're getting really high attack numbers, like 3 stacks of attack up.
I mean, Sorrow himself has a high attack, so that's part of it.
Yeah. So, it's generally better than potency, but really the main reason that you're seeing it now is that these attack-based spells are coming out. So there's units that have leadership boosting attacks so that they can boost their spells and their physical abilities, not just their physical abilities.
So are you guys trying to tell me that the new Sorrow is a little bit better than a Stark? Is that kind of what we're getting at here?
I mean, barely. You can pretty much interchange them.
I mean, if Stark gets like 3 stacks of attack up, I mean, he might want his leadership instead, but that's about it. That's what I'm gleaning from this.
Yes, a Stark has a self-heal, Sorrow doesn't, so really I think a Stark's a little better.
Yeah, he's a better unit. You guys should use him in arena as well. Stop pulling for Sorrow. He's overrated. I just want to put that out there. Don't use him in arena, guys. Use a Stark.
Yeah, it exists, right? Stark has a breath attack for range, and breaths can't be reflected.
Stark's the OG range unit. He's everyone's trying to copy him. He has Zam, he has Typeless, range, he has it all. He has that full gambit. He has a heal. You kidding me? How many units have a heal? Not a lot. Don't think about it too hard, guys. You don't just you gotta try to keep the analogy in a small little box. And the second you go out of that box, it doesn't make sense. That's fine, So just don't leave the box.
Yeah,
it all
exactly.
makes sense in this little box. Anyway, that's week 57 in a nutshell. All right, guys, we're done with the podcast. No, but yeah, so we do have a new unit, and how is that going to change things up? You guys think? How's it going to change things up for you? You think, Trop, when you face off people in arena, what's going to happen?
I think.
What are you going to find there? Who are you going to find?
Ghostbusters? No, I'm just kidding. It's essentially this is going to be the new knock to the new. Well, I wouldn't even say the
Noct
new
was
dual,
never
'cause
this. Noct was never this, I think, because his range technically isn't as far as that Frizz breath spell was.
Not as a unit, but as far as people that pulled for him and seeing him everywhere in arena, now it's going to be this guy, and it might even be both together. It's most likely going to be both together, and my worry is, with how strong this new Sorrow is, and with the leadership and everything like that, even a Blossom Metal Dragon or Great Dragon could easily get killed by that neutral hit, which means that baiting with Duel is harder because the AI goes for killing the highest HP that it possibly can. So I think we essentially now have
It depends.
a neutral side cannon that can deal like 1200s on high defense unit. So it's going to be very scary to deal with. I think you will have to make your team built around countering him more than a lot of other units we've faced. And we are pretty much going to see him everywhere because this is a gotcha, and we're not like JP, so we know expect him in advance. Everyone's pretty much pulling for him.
I'd been able to one-shot Metal Dragons with my OKM, though.
Fair enough, yeah. You're okay.
Not a Stark
again,
though.
so
not Nocturnus. Sorry, I've never been able to one-shot Nocturnus without a crit on OKM. So that was surprising.
So I think that's the counter, guys. Bring Nocturnus, and at least he won't die, and then just heal him up with Seraphine. And then Devil finesse and miss half of your attacks on. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of an annoying. It's gonna be a bit of an annoying unit. But it's another unit to counter the Martial meta, which I both like and dislike because I really liked my breath meta back in the day. Then I transitioned to Martial meta. Now I think I'm gonna slowly transition back to breath meta because.
Are you treating Sorrow like it's a breath? Because it kind of is. It just could crit, I guess.
I guess you could say kind of like a more dangerous breath, but also what I meant is that because of his evasion, you can't reliably hit him with physical or martial, so that's another point down for the martial team, which is a shame because most of the strong free-to-play blooms are martial, so it's another knockdown for that team. But I don't know, we'll find ways to adapt, we always do. There's other, obviously, like Archdemon is another free-to-play bloom. You still have Great Dragon, so there's gonna be ways to deal with him. But he's gonna cost people a lot more points by not being careful, because his neutral can hit ridiculous amounts. So Duel is not a good bait. Won't always be a good bait, depending on the options. I wonder if I missed anything. But yeah, I can't stress enough how dangerous this unit's going to be, and how many people he's going to cost points, even other Sorrow users themselves. People are going to lose points while adjusting to how to fight this guy, at least for the first few weeks, I would say. And I would expect him to already be at the point, maybe by this week or maybe by next week, be at the point where you already can't avoid him in your buckets. Like, for me, that's been the case with Elena and Nocturnus for a long time now, where I haven't been able to avoid him. And now this is going to be another one, so we'll see if Nocturnus gets rotated out or what happens. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that covers a lot of it. How do you typically have a unit that's 65 weight on your team, like Sorrow? On weeks like this, so this is a standard week, 240, no bonus, no nothing. Do you typically run a 65 weight unit on your team, like your DLTF or something, or is that it depends on the match? Like,
It definitely depends on the match.
but how often do you find yourself doing that
A lot more often than before is what I'll say.
with
because,
DLTF? No,
Yeah,
before Sorrow.
DLTF.
Before Sorrow.
Yeah. And part of that reason is because, and I'll say it again, I have not been able to avoid Elena's the past few weeks, like not entirely. And even though he hits for neutral, he still hits enough, I guess, combined with someone else. So this isn't like the good old days when I could run an all breath team or an all martial team and it would just steamroll everyone. It's gotten complicated enough that you should be switching your teams now, because there are some units which some teams are not good at dealing with at all, and you might just have to make slight adjustments. Like, I'll only switch usually one unit, just to tip the scales back in my favor, but
You haven't been known to do that, though. Hold on, Troll Peter. We'll get to you in a second. You haven't been known to do that very often, though. That's, you typically would, you specifically, Trop, have typically ran the exact same team notoriously on a lot of weeks. Do you find Arena is more fun when you're forced to have to add these variations, or do you find you enjoy Arena more when you don't?
I don't like being forced to do stuff, and it seems like it's worse for the free-to-play in general, who might not have less.
I thought it was
units.
more fun because you have to theory craft, come up with an attack, and
Well, like,
you like
it's
playing the
slightly more-
same old team, or
You like playing?
you have me on echo
Okay,
there,
what?
Peter.
I muted you on YouTube.
Okay, well, it's like slightly more fun, would you call it? But you got to remember, back in the old days, that was for two reasons. That was when Blossoms first came out, and pretty much those Blossoms, like Great Dragon, Metal Dragon, were my first few units, so I didn't have much flexibility for that team. I slowly got KSS in there, and yeah, so those were like literally the best units I had. Pretty much no way to interchange them. Then they've started giving us better free-to-play units, even in the A ranks and below, and I've been able to be more flexible. But also, as that's happened, more trick units have come out that have forced me to change units. Like when you face an Elena, you can't use the good old martial team that you can. Or when you face Nocturnus, you should at least have one unit that attacks them for weakness, or something like that. And sometimes you just face them all together. Like Weightless Week, I had to fight Nocturnus, Elena, and like DLTF all in one team. So it's
You still
not-
have a set going
Still have
there,
the set going.
Peter.
Oh, yeah, you're echoing from Peter's thing.
It's not me. It's this guy, Trop.
We're gonna have
It
to.
shouldn't be me.
I'm sorry.
I have
are
the
you-
stream muted.
Yeah,
If you
because
don't
it
have the
was
stream
is
muted, that might be
literally
your fault.
not a problem until you hopped in the. I'm no like vitriol to you, but I
Vitriol to you, but I.
might have to kick you, man. I don't know. You're on thin ice.
Peter, can
I
you just play
understand.
YouTube
I'll
stream?
leave.
You have the no, don't actually. He left. You had the thing running. I didn't mean it that way. You could have just fixed it.
We scared him off.
We scared him off. Why would he do that? Okay.
We've lost Peter forever.
All right, Peter. Whatever.
Wait, Pack, I just want to mention one more thing. Does it seem like the past few weeks me and Celery have kind of switched where it was before it was me without the cam and talking much, and now Celery's
He's
the
a
silent
family
one
man.
without the
He's
cam.
a family man. You know, you just have dead
You're so
bodies
good.
stuffed back there. There's not a lot of action. There's no movement there. You know, Celery's is a lot more lively. He has to close his cam every now and then, mute himself.
Mhm.
We don't know what you have hidden in your closet though, Trop, but I'm sure it's not moving. I'm kidding.
Okay, please don't take us off air.
All right.
We're just joking. We're just joking.
Oh, I'm serious.
But Pack serious.
Pack serious. Trop thought it was a joke. I'm dead serious though. What are we reading in the comments? What can paralysis do? Paralysis. Malroth, Eric, Bulldozer, Man O' War. There's also, I think, E-Rank, Lickspittle. It's on a small chance. He can envenomate, but he has a chance to, I think, stun with everything. It's a very low chance, but, you know, every chance counts for something. Had the YouTube muted and just rewatched the last minute and didn't hear an echo, but oh well. We all heard the echo. We all heard it. You have to go back farther since you popped in, and then after there was an echo on my own voice. I don't know. It was driving me nuts. It wasn't a lot, but it was just a little bit. But yeah, you didn't have to leave like that, Peter. I didn't mean it like that. You could have just figured out what it was and just stuck around if you wanted to. Okay, but we have. Yeah, I think, I don't know. We could talk about how Guild went. We placed Platinum, as you saw from my rewards I just mentioned. We placed Platinum first. So we didn't get the, we lost to Starfall by a grand total of 75 points, was it?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It was literally, it could have gone either way. It was just, and we talked to JM, who was nice enough to discuss with us about it. He didn't have to, right? But we talked about, you know, we mentioned ours was due to a crit. He mentioned one of them was due to paralysis. How many matches did they lose? 2 or 3, was it?
I think 2.
2.
They lost 2, and we lost 1. So
was that it, Celery? It was 2. I think it was 2. It would have to be because, yeah. All right, I don't hear an echo quite yet, so we're good. Yeah, I think we lost 2 matches. One of them was to a paralysis on 2 half-res units. I mean, we didn't lose. They lost against us. 2 half-res units were paralyzed, which is a low chance, but, you know, the ability was maxed, so decent odds. We had a lot of paralysis on most of our teams, so if it didn't happen to that team, it was bound to happen to one of the other teams. So this is where this is where the RNG paid out, basically, for us as a guild with our strategy, so to speak. So I think that was more or less guaranteed, even though paralyzing 2 units that are half-resed to it is a difficult thing to do. But because we already had it in all the other matches, I'm assuming, and that's a bold assumption because I just know we have so much of it. That was our strategy. They had theirs, we had ours. I'm assuming it would have to be, you know, it would have happened. So I think that was more or less guaranteed, whereas something like a crit against one of our better players was less likely. And the loss that JM took, according to his description, was due to just the straight up difficulty level of the match. So, and his technical skills against it, his box he was working with his team. He just didn't know how to deal with that specific team, let's say. So he lost points there. So that was going to happen. He was going to lose points. That was difficulty. That wasn't chance. That wasn't RNG. So it was really close, guys. Really close. Like, it would have just taken one of their units getting crit. It would have taken one of the other teams losing out because of the whole paralysis thing. Or it would have taken us not getting crit on Atlas. It was basically like that.
You guys get Platinum 1?
Yeah, we beat out the Platinum League.
Exactly. So we were
Nice.
just explaining the story there. But so from
You
what
guys have
we
some
know,
tough matchups in the lead up.
yeah, but from our performance and what we know, because that could happen again. I think it will always be tight between us and Starfall. Like, there's never going to be a time where I face Starfall and be like, man, this is going to be easy. I don't have to, try hard on this one. So I know our guild is always at least going to get Platinum 1 will be the lowest we'll ever score. And
I
other
honestly
times
think it's Gold 1 because ZTH is getting stronger.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. But maybe.
Look at that confidence.
Maybe. I'll adjust my statement here when I see some results. But I think Platinum 1's the lowest we can score. I think the other options for us would probably be Master 2 or Master 1. Because if we find them in our bracket for the Master League, again, Starfall, there's a chance we lose to them right there as well. Or we could win against them. Like I said, it could go either way. But yeah, that's what I think. That's basically where we're at as a guild. Good luck fighting a Max Sorrow in every match. I assume as much. I think it's a nice investment for them. I mean, they already invested in a whole bunch of other units. Why wouldn't they invest in Sorrow? I couldn't see.
Sorrow's easy to kill.
He is. He's actually very easy to kill. There are ways. No, I'm not. It's not. Jokes aside, there are measures, and we will take those measures. But is what it is. That's all I'll say about it. We're just gonna prepare for the worst. Now, if they want to intentionally shake us up, they would, in all of our preparation, do the opposite and make us prepare for something that we're not going to face. So, by all means, you don't have to use Sorrow, Starfall. You could always use something else.
5 times Drakes.
But we do have measures. He is difficult, but he's guaranteed, right? He's not like RNG that you see with Hunkel. And it's only one time, so the one time itself is a guarantee, right? That he resists death. You have a multi-hit, you have other things. There are ways to deal with him, and it should be fine. When do you finally come to Calgary? Weed is legal here too, so you don't need to change your lifestyle, Pack.
Oof.
Are you insinuating that I'm high right now?
You sound a bit high.
I see smoke coming from your screen there, Peter. What's that? Is a lot
My
of...
computer's on fire. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yes, somebody over there is... Oh, okay. Oh, all right. What's in the vape? What do you got?
Just regular stuff.
Bubblegum? Bubblegum flavor? Watermelon? Nicotine?
Banana and peanut butter, I think.
THC?
No, I don't do THC. It messes me up. Even worse than I usually am.
THC messes you up worse than you usually are? Okay.
Yeah, it knocks me out flat on the floor. It's not... No bueno, senor.
Okay.
Нехорошо. Плохо.
Ploha. Pack, shut up and let the Trop Man speak. Trop Man, speak. He's not speaking. I don't know what you want, Nocturne.
Speak, Trop, speak.
Wait, what? I've been speaking for a while. I just I muted so that Peter could speak.
Oh, you know what? Since there's not a lot to talk about, let's discuss the rewards. There's a notice in game, right?
2,500 gems are great.
Huh? There's
The
a note.
2,500 gems are great.
Yeah, that's what you get for the guild rewards. I'm talking about the arena tournament because technically this is for week 58 of arena. So
Oh, yeah.
these are almost guaranteed. Like, what does it take to get into Master 1? Let's see. Rewards. Promotion rewards requires 2,300 match points. 2,300. What am I at? 2,644? The highest is 2,688. You can lose 388 points and you still get all the rewards for the week. So guys, if you don't care about arena this time around, just try. Literally just try. I can't stress this enough. This arena is worth the rewards. Let me tell you. This is guaranteed. If you don't disconnect, I could disconnect on how many matches and I'd still be fine? 128, 128, 128, and I'd still be fine. Do all your matches. Let's see. Don't auto. Bronze 3, you get 10 XP codexes, the large ones, the gold ones. Bronze 2, all the way to Master 1. I'm just going to list these off from the lowest to highest. You get those XP codexes, you get 5,000 gold. Straight up, just 5,000 gold. 10 irises. Another 5,000 gold. Another 10 codexes, 5,000 gold. 10 irises, 5,000 gold. 10 irises, 10 codexes, 5,000 gold. 10 irises, 5,000 gold. 10 codexes, 5,000 gold. Iridescent orb. That's a lot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 5 gold there. 5k gold. What's that? 35,000 gold. That's a lot of gold. And we got probably about the same, right? We got 70 XP codexes, the large ones. As far as irises, that's not 70. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, because that alternates. So we get 40 of those things, and we get 30 irises, and we get 1 orb. Do arena this time. They should honestly do this every week. That's great. I love it.
They should, yeah. Hey, Pat, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
I want to give you an opportunity to quash a rumor. I heard that you're stepping down in a month.
Oh, I could be, yeah. I'm training a guy right now.
Stepping down in what sense? Like the videos, the guild? What are you?
Everything. I'm just stepping away. Yeah, everything. Everything.
Are you going to keep playing?
Everything.
Everything.
My birth certificate, my social security, everything. I'm handing it off.
You can send those things to me, and mother's maiden name, street you grew up on, and your first cat's name, please.
Yeah. I don't use the first cat's name though, but I do the different.
To quash this rumor I just heard a minute ago, you're not doing any of those things.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
All right. Well, if you do, we will sorely miss you, and I hope you're not giving up for good.
Yeah, but there will be a guy out there with my name, with my account. I can't tell you who he would be, but there would be a guy. Again, he would have my social security. He would have my birthday and my addresses and my cat's name and my mom's maiden name.
I'm so confused, but I assume this rumor is false. You're not quitting. Everything is solid. You're going to be around forever.
I assume that you were just bringing it up like you made it up on the spot or something. So
no, I just got a message from a respected source. So that's why I asked, because I wanted to give you the opportunity to quash it. Kage. Kage was the one who posted. I did know Pac is stepping down next month, so maybe you can join them, Cocktoo. It was a screenshot of a message.
Oh, he's trying to be cryptic there, like he's going to dethrone everyone at the top of the arena or something.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to check. Somebody send me this message and be like,
I said
Pat.
this like, if anyone wanted to join our guild, I'm probably one of the lowest performers. So if I needed to make more space, because we make a lot of memes where it's like, AW is always recruiting. And if AW is always recruiting, I'd probably be the first one off the team.
Listen, Alex Ratkai made a spreadsheet of our best performers, and I was at the top. So if that tells you anything, the numbers are meaningless.
Owl?
Pardon?
Who's at the top?
Me.
Oh.
Alex Ratkai made a spreadsheet of total points from attacks minus the total points from defense, and that was number one on the list, which is total bullshit because I suck.
But you have a good defense team, right? Let's assume, like, you wail out a little on certain
accident.
units, and maybe you got lucky, let's say, on others. So let's say you have the good defense team. So you and Artia and some of the other members have good defense teams. But when someone sees the Artia name, they're going to send their best against Artia.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that guy's going to score well, and they're going to send a good guy after you too, because you have a decent defense team. I'm assuming if you spend any amount of money, you would have a decent.
Only one person beat me. I had 5 losses, and one person didn't bother.
Okay. Well, there you go. So only one defense team. And
My
you have to
point
mind
is that you may think you're not the best performer, but that's, you're the pack. If AW kicks you out, I'm gonna never talk to anyone in AW again. AW be blacklisted.
I would I would volunteer. They wouldn't kick me out. I would volunteer.
No.
If it came to it,
it would be BDS pack.
No, if I left AW, it would be if I was leaving the game. I'm ride or die with them. But
Don't leave the game. We love you.
Gotcha.
Because you're handsome with long hair.
I need to grow it out then.
Yes, you do. I want to see that picture again.
We'll put it up later. It's my profile pic though. You could just open it up on my YouTube thing. So as far as guilds go, performance, it's no secret. I think the teams that attack you probably aren't as strong as the ones attacking Artia, but your defense probably isn't that far off of Artia's, but the team attacking you is. Your performance, now, who are you facing? Are you choosing the hardest team absolutely to face, or is Artia doing that? So
he picks the number 1. I try to pick the number 2 or 3 hardest team.
For you and me, it's a different story because I don't have that box, right? So when I'm attacking a team, I'm going to choose one that my box can deal with reliably because we're assuming all things go wrong on the enemy team. So when I see my score and I see someone else alongside me with roughly the same score, and I'm like, but he faced harder teams. Harder teams faced him. I know that I'm weighting things a little differently. So when I'm on the bottom if I was at the top, I would still weight myself a little lower because I know my box isn't quite there. If I was at the bottom, I'll weight myself even lower and put myself way down there. That's how I'm counting things when I'm saying I would be the one off the team, right? It comes down to your box a lot of times. It comes down to the units that you got lucky pulling as well. So you could have terrible luck. Like my not paid gems, my free gem spending luck on not banners per se. I've been average on banners. I've been very good on the value ones somewhat. Free tickets for the value ones, I have not been that good. And for units on banners from the banners that they came from, like if I pulled Sorrow's tickets on Sorrow's banners, so not Sorrow on a value banner, those ones I've been terrible with. I have not gotten any banner units that aren't A's, and I barely get the A's even. I haven't gotten any banner S units from free tickets. That's tacked, login, shop, any rewards, none of the tickets, none of the free tickets on their own banners. since Sorrow Hargon, and it's like I don't know how many tickets that is between tact and all that. It's an insanely high number of tickets, and I haven't gotten a single banner S unit out of all of that. It's worse luck than Trop had on OKM, basically. So I do all right in some areas, but in other areas not so much. I think Nocturne does well with tickets. Celery does too somewhat. I did miss some of the chat, so let's see. Reputable source for Kage. Haha. Thank God we wouldn't get the orb this week.
I'm just going to tell you, Pack, that Artia is glad that you are not leaving the game.
Artia?
Yeah, he messaged me. He said he's watching, and he says he's glad you're not leaving the game because everyone loves you and respects you, and we want you to stick around and keep doing these vids.
Gotcha. Someone has to. I mean, I'm sure someone would pick up the mantle. I wouldn't leave unless if I had something trained up. Like I didn't step down from posting a lot of the videos on the DQT hub until I knew that Minikube or I didn't know it would have been Minikube, but until I knew someone else could take my place. I didn't have the time to do it. But I was doing it anyway. For lack of better words, I was literally just trying to do it anyway, even though I didn't have the time to. And I know I didn't have the time to. But I set up the system because I knew if the system was in place, if you carry out the process, it takes care of itself in a sense with a good person in place, and that person can fine tune it, make it a little bit more efficient. Certainly, our server is reaching caps on channels, but I will be putting a new implementation there. There's something in the works to fix that problem, and there's going to be a little changes, I guess, with our DQT hub, the guides hub.
Oh,
so that's going to be fun.
exciting.
I'll probably release a video on that. So when we get the chance here. Reading through the comments, we got Noverline. He lost points in defense. Peter has one more defend pack. Wasn't the lowest performing in AW. He's just being dramatic. Poods didn't score more on offense. Nice knowing you, Peter. Sorry we can't talk anymore. Ha. No, I effing don't spend 10k tact points, and I don't even get... Hey, he spent 10k tact points, and he didn't even get a sorrow.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. I've done real well with tickets. So many surprise Elena's back in the first year. Yeah, I was average. I was average with my ticket luck in the first year up until the last thing that showed up, and then I've got nothing. So I was average, and then I was then nothing.
My last few units.
I want to see if I could go a whole year. If we get to like September or is it October and I still don't have anything, that would be like a lottery ticket, but the reverse, you know?
Do you have Sorrow? Did you spend gems on him?
I'm not going to say. But I didn't get him from tickets. I didn't get him from tickets, and I didn't get him from tact or anything like that.
Fine, don't tell us. We'll wait till we see you in Guild Arena.
And if I did, I do all my polls on stream, but if I didn't do this on stream, I would have had it recorded, let's say, theoretically. Okay, but reading back into the comments, we got...
Be cryptic, that's fine.
I have to. We're a guild now. I can't... I'm not doing this just for me anymore.
I don't care. I post all my matches on YouTube. Who cares?
I do too, but I didn't post any of the ones with... I didn't post the ones against Starfall, so they didn't see how I dealt with their defense team. Because it was an easy defense team, I'm not going to lie. But I didn't want them to know how I dealt with it with having, like a weaker box like mine. So some things you just don't show.
Makes sense.
I don't know. And that's not a secret. I think they know. I know. It's unspoken, but we all know. So, not a big deal mentioning it now. It's been an amazing tool. Thank you, Pack. Thank Minikube. Minikube is the shit. Ticket luck sucks. It's annoying, Pack, because when you do get that S unit, it's Prism Peacock. I have got S units. So to clarify, my ticket luck with banner tickets, not value tickets, though my value tickets have been pretty bad too. My ticket luck with banner tickets has been regular S units, and even those ones come sparingly. And it's below average. And I haven't gotten a banner unit since Valencia or Hargon, basically. I don't know which came first or which came after, so I'm just going to say Valencia Hargon till someone in the community corrects me and says, no, this one came first on Global. Because I don't know. The timeline got mixed up for Global JP. So when I pull up the thing and I see the JP's timeline, I don't know. Because I can't remember. But yeah.
Wait, what did you say about your amazing tool?
It's the he said this in the comments. It's for the Discord, the DQT Guide sub.
Oh,
it's been an amazing
Pack
tool.
has an amazing tool. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Understood.
been
Beautiful
an amazing
long
tool.
hair, amazing tool. Understood.
That's the Yelp review that most ladies leave for me.
Yeah.
That's what it's been. So yeah. All right. If people had a Yelp review. Ugh, tell me
I'll
about
leave
it. I
you
got
a
two
Yelp
S
review.
ranks from. I'm sure you would. 2 S ranks.
Doesn't
from.
David live 2 blocks from you? I'll have him leave you a Yelp review.
He could leave a Yelp review for the show I did. Apparently, it wasn't. He'd watched a Broadway production, which is higher production value, like much higher.
He went
you
to one
get
of your
like what? Those are
shows,
$400
he was
tickets
like,
or
how can I
something.
troll Pack?
But yeah, so he saw a Broadway show like just the other week, and then he came to see my like tiny theater local production. Basically, like they took a middle school show play and they did it for us because it was
I don't want to watch
okay-ish.
your show.
So it was yeah. I don't know how much of a good Yelp review he would give for us at the theater, but yeah. Maybe next show when it's not that. I got 2 S ranks from tickets between last week and this one. Squid, and that's the item, and the Great Troll 4 Wake, lol. Check earlier in the VOD, Peter. Me and Knock give no Fs and spoil everything. They do. Which is so confusing because they were the ones that had their profiles hidden. So it's like, it just makes no sense. I don't understand. I don't. Like originally, the only person that was against us hiding our profiles until literally day of, everyone's like, quick, hide your profile, was Atlas. And I was surprised because at that time, Star wasn't completely, he usually is against some of my ideas, which is good because I need some sort of counter to my craziness. But I don't know. I didn't get too much pushback then, but I am now. We'll see. Anyways, Celery has been playing the part of Trop for this podcast, it seems. Any things you want to note, Celery, before we close out here? Or is there anything we need to mention? Or you're not there? Maybe your kid's running off with your phone. Okay. He doesn't seem.
Can I ask you about Shakespeare beer ad?
Shakespeare beer ad. Never heard of that. But Celery is not muted, but he isn't saying anything. So maybe he was talking this whole time and we never heard a peep. So now he's back. So maybe you were talking this whole time and we never heard anything from you for this past hour. Or, well, the first 15 minutes we did, for sure, because we responded back.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have been one of those connects and then reconnects and back in.
Celery
I heard
speaks
connects
like
and
Lero.
reconnects, and that's all I heard.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Maybe you could.
My phone's starting to die.
Your phone's starting to die. Well, maybe you could put it on charge, type it in chat, and I'll read it here. Is there any closing remarks? Is there anything we missed for a 240 week? Is this map interesting, Peter? Anybody? Any takes?
Oh, look at stuff ahead of time. Jeez. I'm sure Pissarro will be great this week.
I don't know why you guys hid the profiles. Maybe it was like...
So, was it a sketch show around Shakespeare? Describe your performance.
1 second. Let me address the comment. Yeah.
Take your time.
So, I don't know why you hid the profile. Maybe you guys are just like, I don't like boasting about how many trophies I have. Maybe that. I don't know. And then Bisque guilds have been fun for you so far. It has. It's been the most involving, active kind of thing. It's really bringing everyone into the game and active and a lot of involvement and stuff. It's fun. Yeah, it's been a blast. Stressful on some of the stuff, but it's a blast. Oh, Peter. So one of the other things for guild performances, I don't weight my performance that I did against the lesser guilds, against maybe White Cats, maybe, TWS, maybe obviously Starfall, but ZTH, those guilds. That's where the performance matters, because our guild is pretty much guaranteed to win against whatever other, guild anyway. So it's like, I'm not so much counting my performance on the other ones. Part of it was that I set up a defense team that I thought you were able to change defense teams. So I set up a defense team that would work early on, so that way people wouldn't catch to what I would be doing for my later matches. But so I set up a defense team that would only screw over a lesser team, which it did. It cost the weaker teams points on our in our Platinum League. It cost them the match, actually, but it didn't do it. So I had a rush team that would blitz them, and I could have done a better version of it, to be honest. But I had a blitz team. It was almost mono element. It was really frizz, sizz, and then typeless. So it's like you could counter it so easy. It was stupid easy to counter. But I assumed lesser guilds couldn't do that. But whatever. So I'm not going to be doing that next month, so to speak. I mean, I may. But yeah, I may not. We'll see. Let's read Celery's comments here as well as the others. Attorneys. Okay. Nothing in particular. Be wary of sorrow. Try and do practice matches to figure out a way to handle him. I dropped my phone last week and I think it damaged the mic. Oh, so it's not a connection issue. Okay. Because I've definitely been hearing that kind of thing since well before last week.
I thought it was
every now and then.
Phone.
Yeah, but David, boring week for actually payoff set by interesting rewards might mean more people with different boxes trying. Could. So the week's boring, right? So there's no specific criteria. There's no frizz boost, so you're not going to bring frizz units. There's no hero boost. You're not going to bring hero units. So people are going to try whatever they want to try, and they might try because they actually want points. They want to do well. They want to score decently. They want to get into Master League 1, hopefully. And yeah, so we're going to see a lot of boxes out there for different things. Celery says, I like facing the best. So it was a great first tournament. I'm not going to lie. I actually did want to face Starfall. For me, that was a good outcome. Whether or not, we lost, basically, we lost 1,100 gems because of it, but
That's rough.
yeah. Celery Gaming, we just need to face BDS and YA out of the top guilds. Yep, pretty much.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to
You
that. It's gonna
guys,
happen.
the only guild you guys had that was tough was also a TWS, but it was a different TWS than the one we faced. The S in the TWS that we faced stands for Seal, because a lot of their teammates were named TW Seal. I'm not sure which one you guys faced. Yours was like rank 14 or something. I can't remember.
Every guild
16.
we faced was so easy for us. Like we're so overpowered and so strong. It's just a joke for us, honestly.
Yeah. So there's just that one guild then. Must have been. That was a little bit more difficult. Asa says
if we
BDS
faced
versus
Razor
YA
and
would
his
be pretty much
typing,
a-
then we'd have a challenge.
Yeah, I think BDS and YA would be a good matchup, I think.
Well, we did do Yggdrasil Army, and they were
They were the
not
army. They're not Yggdrasil, so they're not YA.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd crush everyone. We'd hit the auto button on our phone and get the 160s times 20 and like whatever.
Did you guys have a guild v guild match where you had 3,200 points? Sorry, the
We
perfect score.
had over 3,000. I think.
The
In
perfect
the
score.
finals,
The
over the 3 matches in the finals, our average score is 29-22.
No, I misspoke. I'm just saying, like, just one matchup against a guild. You and the other guild fight head to head, and I don't know. You guys got the 3,200 points, let's say, against them. 3,200
when
points,
it
like a
became
perfect score.
clear
Did you
that we
get
were
a
winning,
perfect score
we'd have
on
a couple
any guild?
people just take a nap.
Okay, so no one actually got a perfect score on any of the guilds you faced. Like
Not
all 20
3,200, but like
matches,
I said,
all 20 matches.
we'd have people in the last couple minutes be like, "Oh, we're done. We won. I'm just gonna hit auto and take a nap and play with my dog."
Gotcha.
It's not like we weren't trying. It just wasn't necessary.
Okay. Well, there's Trop. Any more things to note? Celery's mic is not gonna cut it this time around, or his connection. Trop said he would pay to watch that. It will happen eventually. Neither team dropped a match. Is that possible? We forfeited
Wait,
a couple
what
fights
would
to
Trop
make
pay to
them
watch?
feel better. Yeah, go ahead, say something, Trop, if you want.
I think it was pretty good. Covered a bit of what to go through. Covered a bit about GVG.
I just
Yeah, it's kind of
go ahead.
and Celery kind of switching places recently.
Yeah, a pretty soon we won't have him, involved at all. It will just be all you, Trop, because you know how much you like talking.
Well,
Wait, are you
pretty soon
taking
it's gonna be
Celery
Peter-
out? Oh no,
Oh yeah, totally.
I heard it first.
All right, so one
Celery
last thing
is
is
out.
this map.
The new,
I
new
mentioned this
podcast.
map is still a good KSS map. It's still a good map. But what do you think about this map, especially since you will be using different units this week, Trop? Just really quick on the map. It looks like Celery muted and unmuted. Or
If
muted.
I don't see any specific threats, then for sure I'm using KSS, which I didn't use this week. I don't
And
know,
that's regardless if
use this
you
week.
have him boosted by leadership or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna use. I'm pretty much for most of my matches. I'm just gonna use exactly what's in this picture. It's almost like this is foreshadow. I'm gonna use Duel. I'm gonna use Metal Dragon. I'm gonna use KSS. I'm gonna use Great Dragon and some kind of A rank. Though some matches I'm sure I'll use Sorrow and deal with a B rank, but
What are the permutations for this? So this one, what we're seeing is four S ranks and a A rank there for 235 weight. What are some of the other options? We could get a 65 weight and like 3 A ranks and a B rank, I think, is the other option.
Mm,
I can't remember.
I'll
Usually,
stick to my four main
usually
rail team.
Celery does the permutations, so I could sleep.
yeah, it's a lot of math.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. You write it in the comments right now. What are the permutations? Okay, so we got Levi here in the comments. Celery mentions 65, 50, 50, 35, 35. So that's Dark Lord, 2 S ranks and 2 A ranks. He mentions one with 4 A ranks and 4 S ranks and 1 A rank. Is there any with Shark Eye? Shark Eye is 4 heroes, so 60 times 4. What about 65, 60? Yeah. What if you wanted to do a hero and a Dark Lord?
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You'd have to drop one of those other units.
Yeah, I'm going to do 65, 60, and 2 times 50.
So you'd go 65, 60, 15, 50, 50?
Yep.
Okay, what's a 15? It's a E rank?
I'm not going to have a 5th party member, probably.
D rank?
Unless I need like a fuddle unit, I guess, but meh.
Oh, it's a D rank. Oh, it is a D rank. Okay. Kage's guild lost 9 times against us. Was our best defense effort.
I believe
It's
it.
funny. D rank. I don't think there's good D ranks, really. They're too slow. They miss. They're physical.
Besides Slime Knight.
That's even worse.
Come on. Slime Knight. He's the first guy you get in the game. You can't disrespect him.
Cub is good. He's just slow. He misses, and he has low HP. There's just no... I won't bring him to Arena. Unless if it's like A or below or C and below. Like, I'm not bringing Cub.
Yeah, no.
I'm not.
Saber Cub, D rank.
Yeah, if they ever get a better D rank there. I might, Box. Canny Box is probably the best D rank you could bring.
He's really good. He crushed it in the C- week. He's amazing.
Oh, there it is. Celery wrote Canny Box. Yep. That's a good one. All right, he's a fan of the D rank. Eyeball has Snooze. It does, and it has Sizzle, so that can't miss. Or Sizz, sorry, not Sizzle. I think there might be one with Fuddle, so that might be nice. But that's about it, I think. Is there any F ranks? Maybe if you go 65, 65, 10, 50, 50. That's an option for 240. Or you could go, let's see. You could drop that 15 weight. Wait, I think you're wrong here. No? Let's see. You could drop one of the 50 weights and the 15 for 65, couldn't you? Yeah, you could do 65, 65, 60, 50. Did Peter do a peace sign? What's going on here?
My camera freezing?
Yeah, well, it always does that. It'll like last time you popped up on here, it'll take one frame of you every like 20, 30 seconds.
That's annoying.
Yeah, so right now you're doing this, which is fine. This is like the silent coyote. This is what our teachers would do in the class for a silent coyote. But it's also, I think, the hate symbol for the gray wolves for the Turks. So complicated. But nobody actually knows that, so except Turkish people and Armenians.
I'm going to hold it like this for like 30 seconds.
Who probably get annoyed having to deal with it. There you go. Your arm's out again. Anyways, guys, I think that covers it. Celery unmuted and muted a few times. I think he might have wanted to say something, but I don't know if it would work. Said it all in the comments, so we're good. Anyways, guys, this has been The Pack. And if you want to join The Pack with The Pack, go ahead and subscribe down below. If you like this video, then like this video. If you have something to say, write it down in the comments down below.
Write it in the comments.
If you want to support the Arena Chronicles and
support the Arena Chronicles.
Yeah, and the Arena Watch podcast, go ahead and share. If you want to see more Arena
Share
Watch
that shit.
podcast, hit that bell icon for notifications, guys. This
Hit
ain't
that
Twitch.
bell icon.
Join Kage's gaming Discord server for all the best underground DQT
Join
conversations.
Kage's Discord server.
And join my server for all the best DQT guides. Anyways, guys, this has been
That too.
The Pack. Signing out.
Bye.
Peace. And I guess Celery and Trop. Peace.